One JRPG series I previously never tried in my life before is the Persona series. Well, till 2 months ago. Persona 3 Reload was on sale, and if there was one game that piqued my interest in the series, it was definitely going to be Persona 3. I always really wanted to give Persona a chance, but I always thought that the game was not necessarily for me. So I finally bought the game, and I can say that I was definitely wrong. This game is incredibly good and is now, I think, literally one of my favorite games of all time. And I haven't even finished it yet. I just wanted to make a video about this game since I thought it would be good, but I really didn't think that it was going to be this good. I also plan to play the DLC after I am finished with the main game, so when I am playing that, I definitely want to also make a video about the Answer DLC story to give my opinions and my thoughts. But for now, I want to share my thoughts on Persona 3 Reload and kinda my unhealthy obsession with this game. The story of Persona 3 is set in a modern-day Japanese city called Iwatodai, where the protagonist in this game transfers to Gakukan High School. Upon arrival, he learns of a mysterious event called the Dark Hour, a hidden 25th hour of the day that only a few people are aware of. During the Dark Hour, time freezes for most, and dangerous creatures called shadows emerge. Only those with the ability to summon personas, manifestations of their inner psyche, can fight the shadows. The protagonist soon discovers that he is actually one of these people. After the protagonist defeats his first shadow, he gets asked to join an organization called SEAS, a group of students who can also summon personas and are tasked with fighting shadows during the Dark Hour. The members of the organization in the beginning include Yukari, Junpei, Mitsuru, and Akihiko. As the group continues to investigate the nature of the Dark Hour, they realize that the cause lies within a mysterious tower called Tartarus. SEAS makes it their mission to explore Tartarus and find a way to end the Dark Hour. Of course, there's much more to the story, but if you have never played this game before, you really need to experience this story for yourself. Because I am now almost in January and the game keeps getting better and better. One of the absolute highlights of Persona 3 Reload for me are the characters. Each member of SEAS has their own unique personality, backstory, and motivation for fighting in the Dark Hour. What makes this cast so memorable is how they evolve over the course of the game. You really get to see their growth, not just as individuals, but also as a whole team, as they face difficult challenges together and work towards their ultimate goal of putting an end to the Dark Hour. Take Yukari Takaba for example. She starts off being quite skeptical and closed off, but as the story progresses, you see her emotional walls break down. Some of her struggles with trust are so relatable, and her character arc feels really organic. But also some of the side characters are absolute highlights. And of course, Elizabeth, who's just Elizabeth. She's one of the more quirky and unique characters in the whole game. And low-key, I think Elizabeth is one of my favorite video game characters ever. Because that Velvet song, absolute perfection.
Velvet, oh velvet, my master has a long nose. All together now.
What a banger. The character interactions and the bonds you form with them are what makes Persona 3 so emotionally gripping. These moments between missions, just spending time with your friends, make those big, heavy story moments hit a tiny bit harder. And yeah, I'm definitely talking about October 4th. That destroyed me. One of the things that truly sets Persona 3 Reload apart from other JRPGs is its exploration of some pretty heavy themes. This isn't your typical with the power of friendship or save the world kind of story. The game digs deep into themes like life and death. From the very beginning, the game hits you with this sense of impending doom, the Dark Hour itself. This hidden hour that most people aren't even aware of serves as a constant reminder of the shadows lurking in the background. The way Persona 3 handles these themes is, in my opinion, what makes it such a good and unique game. Death is a central theme that runs through the entire game. Not just in the story, but sometimes even in the atmosphere, the music, and much more. The SEAS members literally summon their personas by shooting themselves in the head with their evokers. When the protagonist for the first time summons his persona and he pointed the gun to his head, I thought I made a mistake and already had a bad ending. But the theme doesn't feel overwhelming or pointless, and that's what I love about Persona 3 Reload. The game balances that with these beautiful moments of connection and everyday life. And I never thought I would say this, but fortunately, you're also going to school, hanging out with friends, and meeting new people. And if you really think about it, this game reminds you that even in dark times, there's still moments of joy, friendship, and much more. I have never played a Persona game before, but I kinda overheard that apparently Persona 4 and Persona 5 have multiple dungeons. I don't know about Persona 1 or 2, I don't know if they even exist, but I don't really mind that it's only one dungeon in Persona 3 Reload, since it has multiple blocks with all different enemies and all floors have a totally different vibe from the other. Again, I don't have seen a dungeon in Persona 4 or Persona 5, maybe it is a god-worthy dungeon, but I don't really mind Tartarus as of now. It was not really repetitive because Tartarus is massive and I sometimes even think that it's going to be endless, because I'm now at level 200 and it's getting kinda high and I'm getting kinda scared, but it's not as bad as I thought. It is sometimes even a little addictive. Each time I climb a few more floors, I really want to reach the border floor. I need to say I am tired of all these shadows and I'm literally avoiding them all the time. Fuck these shadows. Exploring Tartarus also gives you a sense of progression that ties into the story. It's not just a random dungeon, it's deeply connected to the Dark Hour and the overall plot. The atmosphere inside Tartarus is so eerie and ominous. It contrasts perfectly with the more lighthearted moments you experience during the day in Iwatodai, that constant shift in tone between school life and deleting the Dark Hour in the night. This was maybe the section I really wanted to talk about because, oh my god. The battles in this game is where the game truly shines. The turn-based combat system is simple to pick up, but has a lot of depth. The key mechanic is exploiting the enemy's weaknesses, which allows you to knock them down and potentially execute an all-out attack, where the entire team rushes to the enemy at once. And I need to say, it is really super satisfying to pull off, even though it's not really that difficult. But maybe the best part of these battles are these battle tracks. It's Going Down Now and Mass Destruction are both absolute bangers and are two of the best battle tracks I have ever heard. Also, when battling against one of the 12 shadows, don't get me started, what a banger. The soundtrack of this game is simply one of the best I've ever heard. I wanted to do this section battles and music together, since I wanted to talk about the battles, but I already knew I was only going to yap about the music. But the music in this game is just so good. Every time I fight a shadow, the only thing I can sing is... And heck, even when I finally reached level 9 with Yukari's social link and I was going to romance her, the only thing I heard in the background was... Wow. The OST of Persona 3 Reload is just so good. So good that it's not even funny anymore. So good even that it has taken over my Spotify list, and I am thankful for that. One of the most unique and enjoyable aspects of Persona 3 is the social link system. During the day when you're not exploring Tartarus, you have the potential to spend time building relationships with different characters in Iwatodai. Each social link represents one of the major arcana of the tarot. And as you rank up these social links, you not only learn more about the characters themselves, but you also gain gameplay benefits, like being able to fuse stronger personas. The social links are where you really get to see the depth of the game's writing. These interactions are deeply personal stories that add layers to both the characters and the overall themes of the game. I need to confess that in the beginning, I wasn't really bothered by these social links, sorry Byebye, but when I started to do more and more social links, they became really fun. Whether it's helping a classmate overcome personal issues or learning more about the character's past trauma, the social links add emotional weight to the experience, and they are also the key to unlocking the best personas in the game, which makes it definitely worth it. After spending 50 hours on Persona 3 Reload, I can confidently say that this game has completely exceeded my expectations, and that I actually really want to 100% this game. I went into thinking it'd be not really a game for me, but a solid JRPG for others, but I couldn't be more wrong. Between the incredible story, the deep characters, the haunting themes, and the addictive gameplay, and Elizabeth, Persona 3 Reload is easily becoming one of my favorite games of all time. And I haven't even finished it yet. That wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, because it helps me out a ton, and drop a comment about your favorite Persona 3 character or moment. Till the next time, goodbye!